Welcome to Everyday Greatness, a nice little show proudly brought to you by major sponsor ARA Group, one of Australia's greatest supporters of community projects. Everyday Greatness is a show hosted by a real human being, talking to some real people about real human issues that will help make you feel proud again of simply being a good solid Joe bag of donuts. Here's your host, Barnaby Howarth.
Welcome to Everyday Greatness, and thanks for listening. I'm your host, Barnaby Howarth. This is a show designed to help people realise there is greatness in being an everyday Harry Sacker Rolls. The simple things in life can often feel too small and fluffy to be building resilience. Simply being a good person and trying to bring a smile to other people's faces can feel useless. But that's the main part of my guest today's job. Co-founder of Northshore Mums-Smiles2you, Michelle Key's day-to-day job is to make people smile. Michelle co-founded Smiles2you 5 years ago with two other mums who found firsthand how scary emergency departments in hospitals are for children. So Smiles2you aims to make that experience less scary. They provide care packages to the patient, their siblings and their parents. Smiles2you supports New South Wales hospitals with care packages, smile bags, cancer care packs and comfort. Smiles2you aims to bring a ray of light and a smile in a time of darkness, in a very challenging time for families. Even though that's what it aims to do, one of the byproduct benefits is that it builds individual and community resilience by bringing positivity to people who are struggling. Michelle Key and Smiles2you aims to bring communities together. It's an old school setup. They rally the community together to help people feel better. The volunteers that make up Smiles2you operate the same way as Michelle Key lives her life. They just try to be good human beings. So it's my privilege today to welcome Michelle Key to Everyday Greatness. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Barnaby.
Why did you decide to start Smiles2you?
So, as you mentioned, Smiles2you started 5 years ago, and it came about when I had been in hospital with my children. I've got 3 boys, and I was there in an emergency and sitting there for hours with my one son and had nothing to occupy him, had nothing to keep him distracted with what was going on around him. And there's only so much that you can watch on the mobile phone, so much to do on YouTube, that I felt, no, we've got to do something to keep our children distracted. And hospital can be quite a scary place for children, particularly when it's the unknown. So the idea came about that we provide care packs and activity bags for the children that come into hospital.
And how do you recruit your volunteers that put all these care packs together?
So we set up a Facebook page, and we've also got a group as well. And we put call outs on our Facebook group and pages for support for people who are stay-at-home mums or have time to pack bags in the evenings, and give us about an hour or 2 to pack the bags, and then they deliver them back to me and we deliver to the hospitals.
What actually goes in the bags? Describe the care packages that your volunteers make up.
So we do smiles bags and cuddle bags. The cuddle bags are of your 0 to 2 age group, so your babies and your toddlers. So with those bags we pop in a soft teddy and a book. And then with the smiles bags, they range from age 2 all the way up to age 12. So, actually 13, I should say. So you've got your 2 to 4s, your 5 to 8s, your 9 to 12s, and your 13 to 16s. And then each bag is relevant to that age group. So, for example, at 2 to 4, you'd have an activity book, a reading book, a toy, some pencils and a colouring in book and stickers. Whereas if you're at the sort of 9 to 12 age group, you've got a novel, a pack of cards, a mindfulness colouring in book, and a pack of texters or gel pens. So each age group has been thought of very carefully. We ask for feedback from the community to ask what they would like to be, what they would like to see in a bag when in hospital.
Sounds very worthwhile.
Thank you.
It sounds like Smiles2you builds a lot of resilience, but is that something you guys aim for? Do you try and build resilience in the people that you provide the packs to and the volunteers that make up the packs?
We do try, as we know that each person has their own story, and we find that when they're given the opportunity to help someone else in the community, it's actually giving them a real sense of achievement. And when they see that those bags have gone out to the hospitals and then see the feedback that we post on our Facebook page, they know that they have helped bring joy to someone in hospital.
Why do you think it's important to keep your community connected by helping people in need?
We feel that people out there love to help. They love to feel needed and wanted. And when we ask for help, it's actually overwhelming. We get a huge response, which is wonderful. And we feel that there is a need out there for people to help communities and help a non-for-profit group, and they see that what they've done is actually making a difference in the community.
What do you personally get out of keeping your community connected?
I've made some incredible friendships with people, with mums that I would never normally go out there and make a friendship with, and they're long-term friendships. They're friendships that really mean something to you, and they're on your wavelength. They want to help as much as you do, and it's nice to be able to share that with other mums or ladies, knowing that we're all working together to make a difference.
Beautiful. Would you consider yourself a resilient mum or lady?
Well, I think so. As a family, we have had our fair share of ups and downs, and my husband 5 years ago was given a diagnosis when he sort of had a bleed on the brain, and my boys were very young at that stage, and it makes you go, wow, you know what, life is very short, and when you don't know if you will make through that operation that he had to have, it makes you stronger. And I look at my boys and I go, wow, you know what, we pulled through together stronger than what we were before that happened. And I look at my husband now, who's fighting fit and got through everything, and I go, you know what, we did good. We came through that.
You most certainly did. What's the proudest thing you can say about your children?
Well, my eldest is going to be 10 next month, so 5 years of his life he's seen me do Smiles2you, and I love the fact that if he hears someone's sick or a friend of his from school is unwell, he comes home and he says to me, Mum, we've got to get a Smiles bag to them. So I love the fact that he sees that what I'm doing is helping other people, and when he hears that there's other children at his age who have got Smiles bags, he knows that, what we do in packing the bags and putting them together is helping kids in hospital.
It sounds a bit ironic, but running a charity is really ruthless these days. It's really tough. Do you have some mystical X factor or aggression or ruthlessness that helps you get ahead of other charities in a very competitive world? Or are you just a regular mum?
I'd say, well, that's a bit of a hard one. I wouldn't say ruthlessness or aggressiveness, but I do like to come out looking professional and making sure that we're doing things right and we're doing things properly. And what we do, there's a lot of thought process that's gone behind it. And I do go out there and tell everyone our story, and show that we are professional, we're out there to help people. We are particular with who we help because we can't help everybody. So we do stick to our guns, and we're firm that, okay, we help parents and children in hospital because, at the end of the day, we can't help everyone, and we focus in doing what we want the best.
Do you ever feel a bit flat and think that just being a real mum and a real human being isn't enough in business or charity?
Not at all, no, because I find that what we're doing it's fun and exciting, and I love it. And I know there are times that I probably do it, live, breathe, think about it 24/7. And the fact that it is not for profit and it is all voluntary. But at the end of the day, I love what we do, and I love the joy it brings, and I love the posts we get when people have been in hospital and receive the bag, and the joy it's brought to their child makes me know that we're doing something right.
Tell me then, what does Smiles2you have coming up this year that people should pay attention to or get along to?
So in July, it will be our 6th birthday in July. So we have a big online auction, which is our main fundraiser for the year. And that's where we will be calling on local businesses to make a donation to the online auction. And then we put it out there and people making a bid. And then towards the end of the year, possibly a movie night or a high tea as another big fundraiser. We also sort of hold small raffles throughout the year just to keep up the demand and being able to fulfil the 8 hospitals that we support.
If there are other people out there in the community who want to get some community resilience and help you put your care packages together, how can they volunteer at Smiles2you?
They can head to our website. We have a contact form on our website, and they can send us an email or via our Facebook page, as well also on Instagram.
That sounds very worthwhile. Michelle Key, I'd like to thank you for being on Everyday Greatness, and good luck and happy birthday to Smiles2you.
Thank you very much, Barnaby, for this opportunity.
No problem. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you to our major sponsor, ARA Group. Thank you to Look Studio Australia for recording this podcast. And thank you all for listening. I hope that when you put your device down in a little while, you lift your head up, push your shoulders back, and walk down the street, proud of being an everyday Joe Bag of Donuts. I hope you can join us next week, where I'll be speaking to me. Actually, I think people who talk about themselves too much are toolboxes. So I'm going to ask Kate Pascoe-Squires to interview me about how after I had a stroke, got diabetes and lost my first wife to breast cancer, I found that everything I needed to be the person I wanted to be had been inside me the whole time. Thank you again, and thank you, Michelle.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Everyday Greatness, proudly brought to you by major sponsor ARA Group. If you'd like to stay up to date, check out our pages on Facebook and Instagram, or to listen to more episodes, go to everydaygreatness.com.au or wherever you get your podcasts.